Good evening. This is Rashad Mitchell. Good evening. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series, The Week That Was, College Football History and Review, the 1962 college football season. Now I'll be talking about the games that were played during Week 9 of November 17th, 1962. Now let's get into it. We're going to start with Pittsburgh beating Army by a score of 7-6 in New York City. Army negated its 209 yards to 157. Let me start over. Army negated its 209 yards to 151 yards offensive edge with 6 turnovers. Pittsburgh guard Jim Erwin grabbed second quarter fumble at Cadets' 15-yard line. Halfback Bob Roeder swept to score with fullback kicker Rick Leeson tacking on conversion kick. So midway in the third quarter, Army's Chinese Bandits defense amazingly pushed Pitt back 50 yards on 2 plays onto its own 5-yard line. Halfback Ken Waldrop ran back punt to Panthers' 32-yard line. Cadets quarterback Joe Blackgrove followed fullback Ray pass blocked into the end zone, but quarterback Cammy Lewis' 2-point rolled out failed. Clemson beat Maryland 17-14 as halfback defensive back Ernie Arizi picked off pass by tackles quarterback Jim Parker and charged 68 yards with interception touchdown return in the second quarter to give Maryland a 14-0 lead. Without a single first down in opening 21 minutes, Clemson finally roared back, scoring on fullback Pat Crane's 3-yard plunge to narrow margin to 14-7 at halftime. The Tigers delivered 10-point punch in the fourth quarter, built around 65-yard touchdown march that launched with opening play of fourth quarter. Halfback Hal Davis sprinted 35 yards around end, followed by fullback Charlie Dumas, 1-yard touchdown run off tackle to tie at 14-14 for Clemson. Quarterback Dick Steiner appeared to put Terps ahead 21-14 with a 50-yard touchdown run when he fooled everyone with skirt outside on 4th and set on 2 run, but it was called back by thoroughly unnecessary clipping penalty. Tigers went all the way to Maryland 2-yard line with key plays coming on 16-yard passes from Pat Parker to end Johnny Case and Crane's 17-yard sweep. Coach Frank Howard, cranky loser of 3 straight to Terps on late field goals, wanted to smash for touchdown on 4th down, but when Clemson was assessed by a 5-yard penalty, he sent in kicker Rodney Rogers fittingly to boot a winning 23-yard field goal with 122 left to play. North Carolina State beat Virginia 24-12. Georgia beat Auburn by a score of 30-21. It took big play on defense to open an offensive floodgates in the seesaw SEC battle, as Auburn defensive back Bill Edge picked off pass by Georgia sub quarterback Jake Say in second quarter and raced 46 yards to score a 7-0 lead. The Bulldogs came right back as halfback Don Porterfield caught passes of 31 and 13 yards for quarterback Larry Rakestraw, who threw 3 touchdowns for 167 yards and 12 of 21 passing. Porterfield's last reception clicking for tying touchdown. Tigers answered right back on halfback Larry Laster's 3-yard touchdown run at 14-7 at halftime. Rakestraw and Porterfield collaborate on another touchdown pass as Rakestraw ducked under 2 pass rushes after a 7-yard trick from second half kickoff. Georgia kicker Bill McCullough made 48-yard field goal, his third of year, more than 40 yards for 17-14 lead early in the fourth quarter. Auburn retaliated, but Georgia defensive back Joe Burson took interception on run and didn't stop until he had cantered 87 yards for the touchdown. The 24-14 edge, sophomore quarterback Jimmy Seidel next led Plainsman on 68-yard drive to a 7-yard touchdown pass. Auburn halfback Tucker Frederickson fumbled punt at 7-yard line, and that turnover set up the Porterfield last touchdown catch. Next, number 3, Mississippi beat Tennessee by a score of 19-16. Tennessee, losing toward only its 3rd losing season since 1935, propped itself up long enough to let us unbeaten Ole Miss. Trailing 7-0, Volunteers marched to the 4-yard line in third quarter, but Rebels' salvation came in form of halfback defensive back Louis Scott, who stepped in front of Volunteers tailback Milan Fairclaw's pass and raced 100 yards down the right sideline to an Ole Miss touchdown. Trailing 19-0, Volunteers got touchback got tailback Bobby Morton's late 16-yard touchdown pass, which triggered end zone free for all. Rebels outgained Tennessee 280 yards to 220 yards, but killed Volunteers' chances were miserable 3 for 13, 39-yard passing, 111 yards lost and penalties. Next, Georgia Tech upset number 1 Alabama by a score of 7-6. Georgia Tech sprung surprise shotgun offense and used heads-up play of fullback linebacker Mike McNames to drop first loss on Alabama in 27 games. McNames' 26-yard interception return to Alabama 14-yard line put him in position for second quarter 9-yard touchdown run. Engineers defense led by tackle Larry Steplings and nose guard Rufus Guthrie bottled up Crimson Tide, which rushed for only 78 yards. It looked like real possibility that Georgia Tech could blank Alabama, but Yellow Jackets quarterback punter Billy Lothridge accidentally touched down his knee at own 9-yard line while trying to punt in fourth quarter. Alabama halfback Cotton Clark soon made his 14th touchdown of the season, but McNames of defensive tackle Ed Griffin stopped quarterback Jack Hurlbut's two-point run. Tide got one more chance, but Tech defensive back Don Toner intercepted the deflected pass with 39 seconds to play. So after previous year's controversial rough encounter, the Georgia Tech coach Bobby Dodd couldn't resist commenting to Bama coach Bear Bryant, "I believe that was the cleanest game I ever seen." "What do you think, Coach?" Bryant muttered. "It certainly was, but I didn't expect anything different." Florida beat Florida State by a score of 20-7. Florida beat Florida State by a score of 20-7. Thanks to tiny Florida State quarterback Eddie Feely's 24-yard setup pass in the second quarter, halfback Keith Kinderman ran 2 yards for 7-0 lead. The Gators pared it to 7-6 at halftime. Halfback defensive back Bruce Starling caught fumble recovery and caught the touchdown pass from quarterback Tom Shannon. Gators halfback Haygood Clark broke up game and 63-yard punt touchdown return in third quarter. Oklahoma shut out Missouri, the number 16 in the country, by a score of 13-0. The Sooners blanked 4-4 in a row by holding Missouri's national best run game to 111. Loss halted Missouri's 10-game string without defeat. Oklahoma's officially hemmed in Tigers halfback Johnny Rowland as to hold him to paltry 9 yards rushing on 12 carries. Oklahoma halfback Joe Don Looney took opening kickoff back 40 yards. And quarterback Monte Dare flipped screen to halfback Virgil Ball, who went 42 yards to set up Looney's 3-yard touchdown run behind guard Leon Cross block. Sooners went 80 yards after the second half kickoff as fullback Jim Grissom 30-yard smash to midfield started matters, then kept hammering at Tigers middle. Fake to Grissom, who had only 16 yards rushing, permitted Dare to slip behind his fullback for a 3-yard touchdown run. So that was the story on that. Oklahoma upset number 6 Missouri. Kansas beat California by a score of 33-21. Texas, the number 5 team in the country, shut out Texas Christian 14-0. Fleet fullback Ray Poage took advantage of TCU giveaways and Frogs' own end to score 2 touchdowns in Texas, who's closer to Cotton Bowl bid. Home Frogs were held to 71-yard total offense, 7 first downs, but played good defense themselves, led by guard Robert Magnum. Twice halted inside TCU 10-yard line, Texas still rushed for 216 yards. Finally, number 2 USC, Southern California Trojans beat Navy 13-6. The Trojans clung to their number 1 rating primarily because valiant Navy bungled short second quarter field goal and lost fumble into USC's end zone late in the fourth quarter. Southern California presented its share of the sloppy play. Due to 4 lost fumbles and an interception, USC went in tank right away as halfback Ken Del Conte lost fumble when hit by Navy defensive tackle Ron Testa at Troy 23-yard line. Now, Middle quarterback Roger Staubach, who was 11 for 17 for 106 yards and ran for 113 yards rushing on 19 carries and a touchdown, began his superb game with 5 and 18-yard runs. Latter for a touchdown, 6-0 lead before 2 minutes had elapsed. Quarterback Pete Beathard got hot hand for Trojans in second quarter. Hitting in Hal Bedsoe, who caught 71, had 4 catches for 71 yards for 30, 22, and 7-yard passes. His third catch going for touchdown on turnout pattern and end zone, and had Mideast defensive back Bob Sutton in no man's land between Bedsoe halfback Willie Brown, who had 143 yards rushing on 8 carries and a touchdown, who later roared 56 yards up the middle on reverse for a third quarter touchdown and a 13-6 Troy lead. Navy fullback Pat Downey, who hadn't fumbled all season, lost pigskin at USC 1-yard line in the fourth quarter and leveled by defensive tackle Gary Kimmer with minutes to play. So Roger Staubach was asked if he thought it was his best game. He replied, "Whenever you lose, it can't be a good day." Now let's conclude and look at week 9, the week that was November 17th, 1962. The 1962 college football season. Now let's look at the AP November 19 poll. Number 1 was Southern California. Mississippi was number 2. Number 3, Wisconsin. Number 4, Texas. Number 5, Minnesota. Number 6, Alabama. Number 7, Arkansas. Number 8, Oklahoma. Number 9, Penn State. And number 10 says Oklahoma. Maybe must be a mistake on the top 10, but that was the story as far as the top 10 is concerned. It must be a mistake because it got Oklahoma at number 8 and number 10. Must be a mistake, but that's the top 10. Southern California, Mississippi, Wisconsin, Texas, Minnesota, Oklahoma, Alabama, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Penn State, and Oklahoma. So there must be some mistake with the number 10 spot. That's the top 10. So I can cruise look at week 9, the games that were played on November 17th, 1962. Week 9. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll do a video of this magnitude tomorrow. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.